It has been reported that the Atlanta Falcons have blocked Dwayne Ledford and Ryan Nielsen from interviewing for the same positions for other teams. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this. I'll quickly give you mine. And I think, you saw an article from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution where they just said this is kind of BS. And I have to agree. It's kind of Bush League. I mean, you don't have a coach in the building. Most likely the head coach that you hire is going to want to clear house, especially if you're targeting a guy like Bill Belichick. Like, he's not going to be keeping around Ryan Nielsen as the defensive coordinator. And then you're saying you're going to take your time during this process, and you're just kind of keeping these guys in limbo. And it could screw them because these positions are going to get filled, and you're either left with what's left, and maybe you get hired, or maybe you're waiting till the next year to get hired as a defensive coordinator or an offensive line coach. Because there's no doubt in my mind, and there's no doubt in anybody's mind, anybody that's watched the Falcons, that Dwayne Ledford, the offensive line coach for the Falcons, and Ryan Nielsen, the defensive coordinator, are going to be highly coveted people at their respective jobs.
Yeah, and I think that you just said it, that last sentence. They're going to be highly coveted. So that means they might be highly coveted by the new head coach. And if I'm Arthur Blank, frankly, I'm 82 years old. I've done everything the right way thus far. Well, to a certain extent, not really, I guess. I wouldn't take the risk either. If my guy wanted Dwayne Ledford and it worked out, so be it. And if they didn't, so be it. I'm sorry. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And same thing with Ryan Nielsen. I really do feel that way. It is unfortunate for those guys. And this is what I want to tell, these people, that they're not going to be out of a job in 2024. I can absolutely guarantee you that if Ryan Nielsen, gets strung along in Atlanta and then eventually let go, he's going to go right back to New Orleans and join Dennis Allen's staff. And Dwayne Ledford is a top 10 offensive line coach in football. There's no position with worse play than offensive line in the NFL. I promise Dwayne Ledford's going to land on his feet. So let's not feel bad for him. Is it a terrible way to kind of conduct business? Absolutely. You won't get any arguments out of me. But will I do anything differently? I don't think so, because I'm going to be selfish. I'm trying to win football games. I'm tired of being the nice guy. We're just the nice guy. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you want. No, you're not going to do what you want, because the guy I hire could potentially want you. And tough nuts, because it seems like one of these guys, I don't know if it's Nielsen or somebody else, or, they're feeding information to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution who's saying, this is BS. Tough. I'm sorry, because you could be in Atlanta in 2024.
Yeah. I mean, when you put it that way, I agree. It is tough. The only negative I could think of is, if this does turn into something where they do miss out on a job or something, like you said, that's probably unlikely. They'll find something. They'll be doing something for somebody. They're too good at their jobs. Like, they're too good at their jobs. And trust me, teams around the league are probably looking like, okay, they're blocked now, but wait till they hire a head coach. We'll wait until we interview Ryan Nielsen. They probably won't jump the gun unless they absolutely love someone else. So I agree with you there. And listen, I can't disagree with being the nice guy, because me, I'm trying to win as bad as anybody. I'm tired of losing. If anybody's been screwed, it's us Falcons fans. So if we deserve anything nice, whether that's Ryan Nielsen to stay with Atlanta or Dwayne Ledford or both of them, then we deserve it. And listen, it's not me they're going to be pissed at. It's not me they're going to be pissed at.
One more thing. Last year, when the Falcons were hiring defensive coordinators, Dean Pease retires, before they hired Ryan Nielsen, they were submitting requests to interview current defensive coordinators, or people who would potentially rise to defensive coordinators. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm so sorry. Iro Evavero. He's the current
I think it's Evero.
Panthers defensive coordinator currently. He was the Broncos defensive coordinator. The Falcons submitted a request. They submitted a request to interview him as a head coach this year, but last year they submitted a request to interview him as a defensive coordinator. The Broncos blocked him. Guess where he was? He just led another top 10 unit Panthers defense in 2023. So guys, these guys are going to land on their feet. If they're good at their job, you have nothing to worry about. Don't let them pull on the heartstrings. AJC. This is just, it's a ruthless business. I don't care. You could do things the right way, but sometimes it's I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's going to be very happy if, the next guy comes in, keeps Ryan Nielsen. Yep. And so we'll probably be like, you know what, they made the right decision. So yes, People are going to say it's BS now, but it'll be the right decision if he's in Atlanta next year. And you can say the exact same thing about Dwayne Ledford. Coming up after the break, we're going to switch gears. Braves news, AJ Minter and Max Fried.